Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. I'm Francisco, and I'm joined by my friend, the great Andres. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Fun show today. Some industry talk. We checked out some cool things. Andres continues his deep dive into Hulu and a double feature. Two nerds, one pod. Let's do this. What's going on, buddy? What's
What's
up?
up, man? Nice to hear
Yeah,
you.
hey.
It sounds
Same.
like you don't have a bag of marbles in your mouth, I think, this week.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's
yeah.
yeah, thank you for the audience. Uh yeah,
Yeah, man, I'm doing great.
I think we fixed our audio issues, so that's good news, I hope.
Yeah, yeah.
So very
It was
cool.
sounding a little rough.
Yeah, and you don't look as sweaty today as last week, so that's good.
I know it's 70 degrees right now. Ooh,
Oh,
business.
that's nice.
That's nice.
All right, so no
All right, man.
excuses.
Yeah, you ready to get started?
I'm always ready.
All right, we got news and tidbits.
Yeah,
Bit of sad news.
yeah.
Um, a great director, Wolfgang Peterson, passed away.
Yeah, man. He he's directed some awesome films, and he has like,
Yeah.
if you look at his library, they're all over the
Mm-hmm.
place, and they're all really
Yeah.
good. Like even like his first early ones, like Shattered, was really good.
Yeah.
In his submarine film Das Boot, which is one that kicked him off.
Oh
But I
yeah.
mean, shit, I think the one film of his that I'm like, this movie is just better than it should be is In the Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Good
what other
movie.
films you got for him? Oh, and just one other one, uh, Air Force One,
Yeah, that was my one.
dude.
Man, it was like on that's when like I guess the second stage of peak Harrison Ford when it was like this, The Fugitive, you know what I'm saying? Like a little older, but still like
Yeah,
clear and present danger.
but he
You know what
handled
I'm saying?
himself
Those,
well.
yeah, yeah, he was still like, don't fuck with Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
Another one for me is A Perfect Storm. I love A Perfect Storm, dude. With George Clooney
yeah.
and Mark Wahlberg, the Storm movie.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Um,
it was a big deal at the time with the whole digital effects of like the storm and how they were trying to pull it
yeah,
off, and
yeah.
these actors just were on a blue screen for like months, just getting
Mm.
water splashing their faces.
Yeah. You know, if you go to my Instagram search and you know how they give you the algorithm gives you videos of what you watch,
Yeah,
and for me it's a bunch of boats with big waves. like like that kind of stuff. Like, oh shit, they're not gonna make it. I don't know what it is, man. I'm like, I'd never put myself in that position to be in a fucking boat, in a tiny boat with big waves.
yeah.
So, but
See,
anyways,
yeah, no, dude, fuck that.
I don't know why they do it. But yeah, man, he's gonna be missed. He's got some great. I'm looking at his filmography right now. It's like, dang, he's got it all over the place.
Yeah, he was not just like a Zack Snyder who made like basically one or two types of films and that was it.
Yeah,
Like he was
he
just
did everything.
he's like a classic film director.
Yeah, Outbreak.
Oh, Outbreak, that was an awesome one in the theaters. Like again, that
Yeah,
a film that was way better than it should have been. But man,
yeah.
yeah, Wolfgang Peterson, rest
Rest
in
in peace.
peace, man. All right, what we got next?
Next, we got the Bird and Birdie to direct Big Thunder Mountain. Who's Bird
Yeah,
and Birdie?
Bird and Birdie, they are these two women that are a directing team, and they've directed
Hmm?
Troop Zero, I think it's called, on Amazon.
Uh
A
huh.
film that's actually really good. And they also directed a bunch of episodes. I think they directed most of Hawkeye, which was surprisingly
Mm,
really good and really well
yeah,
done.
yeah. I
And
love that show.
and they just did something else. I can't put my finger on it, but I saw their name on something of some show that we just watched. And I'm like,
Hmm.
that's why it was so good because they directed. I think they're just
Hmm.
they're tight. I think directing teams
Hmm.
like the Russo brothers and the Burton Birdie,
Hmm.
they're tight directors. So fingers crossed. Thunder Mountain's probably one of my favorite rides at Disneyland ever since I was a kid. It just holds up. It's like so simple and just fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully they just build a fun story around it, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So look for that in
Yeah.
a couple years.
I remember the ride and stuff, and it's kind of like it's the same. It's like an Adventureland or something like that, right? Or
Yeah,
Big Frontierland.
something.
Um, yeah, I remember the ride. It's gonna be interesting because when big studios or big whatever they try to do this sort of thing, like build a story around inanimate objects, it's
Yeah,
kind of like
look at it.
interesting. It could be a train wreck, or it could be a literal train wreck, or it could be just something cool. But hopefully it goes. I mean, I hope it turns out well.
I think they're good, so it has hope.
Yeah,
There's a haunted mansion, another haunted mansion movie on the way. I think next year, early. I don't know, but yeah,
yeah,
it's been done for a little while. So
yeah,
this will join that. I don't know what else is left. Small World, and
yeah.
maybe they'll make a Star Tours ride and make a Star Wars film based on Star Tours. I have no idea.
What about Space Mountain?
Don't stop. Hey, stop giving them ideas. I think we're good.
I mean, I think the best was Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it made a ton of money
They
and a
got the
bunch of
right.
movies.
They got the right people and the right production designers and shot at the right place at the right time.
The right time, correct. All
But
right,
yeah,
moving on. Um, this was a surprise to me. I didn't even know this was getting made, but I
yeah,
guess they're doing a Ocean's 11 prequel, and Ryan Gosling joins the movie.
yeah.
I didn't even know they were making this.
Me neither. And it was like, what? But then I was like, they already did a freaking
Ocean's
prequel.
8.
Yeah, and it was like I only watched maybe a few minutes of it, and I was not really that into it. But this one, I was like, eh. But then I looked at it, and it said it was going to be taking place in the '60s, and I'm like, oh, so it's gonna be like
Mm,
Rat Packy type
mm-hmm.
situation, which is kind of sounds fun, and it's being directed by Jay Roach, who directed all the Austin
Uh-huh.
Power films. So I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
so it's got a good
Might
shot.
be funnier. Yeah.
It might have a good shot. And what's his name? Ryan Gosling is. It's going to be starring Margot Robbie, and she's currently with shooting. Was it Barbie? The Barbie movie, which looks
Yeah.
bananas. And
They're
he's
both in that.
yeah, and he's playing Ken. So I guess they got along really well. So now she pulled him on board to be in this movie too.
Yeah. That's cool. I wonder if they're going to be playing some of the characters' parents, from the
They
there
said there
could be
was
a
going to be some kind
possibility.
of connections. So
Lineage. Mm.
what's his name? Matt Damon's character Linus. His parents were
Yeah.
both criminals
Yeah. Was
in
it
this
13 or
11
or
and no
12?
12 and 13.
Yeah.
So I could see
Yeah.
them maybe. I don't know. Anyways, but that's a fun cast and a fun director. I'll look forward to it. And it's set in the '60s. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Looking forward to it. Another thing that we got today, Netflix dropped a couple surprise episodes of The Sandman.
Dude,
Man, so
baller.
excited.
Baller move.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you watch
They're
them?
like, "Hey, I haven't watched them yet. I finished the series uh like a couple days after we last recorded,
Hmm.
and man, I love the show. And I have not a hot take, but a take. It's like for me, the season was divided into two acts. The first 5 episodes is like one uh broad story, and then the second 5 episodes is another story.
Yeah.
And they definitely left it open for like I wouldn't say a cliffhanger, but a, here's what to come next season kind of thing. And so it's gonna be interesting how these 2 episodes play, or if they're just gonna be like um their own separate story. And what I read was that one of the episodes is actually animated and it's voiced by the cast. But oh man, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And you were saying something about when they announced it.
Yeah, they
They just dropped like ballers. They're like,
yeah. Yeah, here
bam.
we go. We're gonna flex on you guys. We everybody enjoyed it. It's got crazy good reviews, and here you go. Boom. Drop the mic on you fuckers.
Dude, I've been waiting for so long for one of these streamers to have like 8 episodes and then like it be done and like a week later be like boom bonus episode. I mean, and like not announce anything. Like it's
Yeah.
like like a hidden thing online. People discover like some hidden trailer, some hidden thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I've been waiting forever for some baller move. And this is a huge baller move. I'm like,
Yeah,
and this is also a massive vote of confidence, which is like, damn. So
yeah,
that's really cool. I was like, I hopefully we can start watching the show this weekend, and we can talk more
yeah,
about it next week.
yeah.
So
I listened
yes,
to an
uh-huh.
interview with the showrunner,
Yeah,
and he hadn't heard if they're gonna do season two yet, but he's like, we have season two laid out already. We're just waiting
yeah,
on the green light, and we're gonna go. So
yeah.
hopefully, to him, he's like, oh man, we could do this for a while, but 4 to 5 years would be great, to finish out the story. So, but so they got the next season already kind of laid out. We're just waiting for the green light.
It's
Hopefully, they announce it soon, and we can look forward to the next season.
I think they're just waiting for me to watch it, and once I'm done, they'll announce it at that point.
Yeah,
They're like, Andres,
yeah,
get your
I'm
shit
sure.
together.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone's waiting. Put your shoes on. We gotta go. Like, all
yeah.
right.
He's busy doing other things.
Uh, yeah, so that's
All
awesome that
right.
they did that. All right.
Moving on to the other things. Here's what we watched this week.
Yeah.
Um, I watched the first episode of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Uh, Andres will watch it this week, I think, hopefully.
Probably.
We well, I have a couple thoughts. Just I feel like I know that one of the big concerns going into the show was the special effects, and in my opinion, I mean there was a couple shots in there, but the worst part of the special effects were in the trailer. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's what they did. They're like, let's put the worst shots in the trailer, and that's what they did because some of it was cool, some of it was like it could be better, and then the trailer bit was like the worst.
Dude, that shows like sounds like
So
reverse psychology. They're like, let's lower all their expectations to the fucking
yeah,
the basement, and then we'll just give them like the ground floor, and then we'll be super happy. I don't know.
yeah, and they use a couple tropes in the show that kind of worked for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I kind of like that they got some kind of generic stuff out of the way in the first episode. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I had fun with it overall. Like it's not gonna be like in the pantheon of great television or anything like that, but
Yeah.
hey, they bought
No.
me they bought another
Sometimes
half hour in my viewing.
sometimes you just want to have fun watching TV. Just sit back and just a nice warm, bowl of soup,
Yeah,
whatever. It just feels good.
yeah.
All
So
right.
I'll be
Yeah.
checking out the next one.
And hopefully we'll have some more thoughts. I can join you on that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll
All
probably end up
right.
digging it. All right. What's
Yeah, no,
next?
I'm sure you will. All right, on Hulu, show's been on for a couple of years. The Greats.
Yeah.
Speaking of deep diving into Hulu,
Yeah.
uh, how's this show been treating you guys?
Dude, so you turned me onto this show. You were like, hey, they got accents. I think Christina's going to like it. And I was like,
Yeah,
so I actually screened it ahead of time um, when she wasn't around. I'm like, I wanted to see this if I wanted to like get into it with her or not. And like
yeah,
maybe 20 minutes into the show, I just could not stop laughing and I had to turn it off. And later I'm like, babe, I think we got to watch this.
yeah,
And dude, we're almost done with the second season within like, I don't know how long it took us 10 days to rip through almost
yeah,
two seasons. And
yeah,
that show, like the writing and the directing and the acting for the most part is fucking phenomenally good. Like
yeah,
they spent some money. It's hard to describe this show. It's almost like a little Game of Thrones like with like there's like some power moves and there's a lot of sex, but at the same time, this is probably the most sex I've ever seen in a show and the least amount of nudity, if that makes sense. Like
yeah.
it is such a different take on all these
It seemed like
crazy.
a lot of work, to be honest. They got layers and layers of clothes and shit,
Oh
and
yeah,
then half
they
the
got
time
corsets and they got buttons upon buttons and
they don't bother taking this shit off. I'm like, damn, I gotta really think about this. Is this worth it?
it's and like the lead actor of the Great is Nicholas Holt playing Peter, not Peter the
Yeah,
Great, but Peter the Great's son. And that dude steals every single damn scene that he's in. Like, and he's just the ruler of Russia, and he's absolutely obsessed with like eating, sex, and drinking. Like the least thing he's interested in is running Russia, and it's
yeah,
just so funny. and that's it. e- Every scene is a joke. Like it's like a comical farcy making fun of the
Yeah,
aristocracy and the absurdity of it all, and it's hilarious. And I think one of the most
yeah,
impressive parts of the show is almost the entire show takes place in like 3 or 4 rooms. Like
yeah,
they're either walking down this one hallway or they're in 1 or 2 or 3 rooms, and that's it.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
hilarious, and all the
yeah,
characters are just well defined, and the costumes are like impressive, and like the sets are impressive. It's just it's based on a play. I would love to see this play. This it's got to be a hilarious play, but every actor just knocks it out of the park, which is how ridiculous everyone is. Like everyone's half the people are drunk half the time. The other people want to kill the other half of the people just because like they're just trying to get through the day. And everything's a one liner. Like it's such a fun balance and like it's so addictive. Like we're just tearing through all of it. And then in the middle of all that, there's a little bit of a love story here and there. And there's actually a longer overarching storyline, and I think it's historical. So I've avoided reading the history of Catherine the Great because I don't want to know what's going to happen. And apparently, a few things have already happened that are like true, and I'm like, holy shit! So it's a mix of all things, and it's I would highly recommend it to people. Yeah, it's not for the kids. The language is like out there, but it's like poetry. Like the way they like talk just terribly and dirty to each other. It's hilarious. It would have I'm talking too much, man. Fire away with your thoughts. I know you've not finished the first season, but you've gotten deep into it.
yeah. I'm like halfway through the first season, and yeah, it's just I definitely want to check it out or finish it. It's just like you said, it's not for kids, and uh, got kids running around. I gotta wait till it's dark
Yeah,
hours,
yeah,
and dark hours is Mimi hours for me. But yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I think it's hilarious. I think um the acting is great, like you said, and just the way the show's put together, the production uh value is there. Like all the costumes are amazing, they're high quality and everything. So everything works. Everything works on the show. It's just a little bit too adult for when I can watch it. So I have to wait. But I'm glad you had fun with it, and I'm looking forward to checking it out.
yeah. And season 3 apparently is on its way. I think it's they said maybe the end of this year or beginning of next year. I'm like, damn, they're just going for it. Don't I think the only reason I got turned on to the show also was I saw the Emmy Award nominations and it was just full of these folks. And I'm like, they got to be doing something right.
Yeah. And I gotta shout Nicholas Holt because his career is shaping up to something crazy because
Dude,
he can be like he has a wide range because he could be one of the what are those guys called in Mad Max? One of those
the the
you know what I'm
fucking
talking about.
underling, yeah, the crazy dudes.
The witness me guys,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
witness me. And and he could be like a buttoned up kind of guy like in a espionage movie. You know what I'm saying? And to this, his career is shaping up, man. He's doing a great job, and I hope he keeps knocking it
Dude,
out of the
he's been
park.
acting since he was a kid. He was a Hugh Grant in About a Boy. He played the boy.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, he's been
yeah, you're
around for
right.
like 20 plus years and he just keeps going. He's also in X-Men. The for he played
Yeah,
Hank McCoy in a
the
couple of
Beast.
the
Yeah,
yeah. And that those roles were not well written. Like he's better than those roles.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, man, that dude's and his comic timing and this is so perfect. Like it's impressive. Like we try to imitate him, but we got nothing. We got nothing on him. It's
No,
hilarious.
yeah,
But yeah, The Great on Hulu, 100% check it out. It's one of the best shows out there. And it's so damn funny and it's an easy watch.
yeah. All right, moving on. Uh, if you guys have Apple Plus, I highly recommend Blackbird, starring Taron Egerton and Walter Haiti. The premise of the show is the Taron Egerton character uh, is a drug dealer. He gets arrested. He gets a bunch of time. The FBI approaches him and like, hey, we want to cut down your time, but you have to get this guy that is a serial killer to confess to some crimes while you're in prison. And that's the premise of the show. And so he has to befriend this quote unquote serial killer and see if he really did this or see where try to find where the bodies are buried. And man, this show is crazy. It's crazy because uh of the acting. The the writing's there and the premise is there, but man, you really got to believe that the other guy is a serial killer and that he's crazy and all this stuff, and you can put yourself there, man. Even the and Taron Egerton does a good job of because he's a criminal, and even him, he's kind of freaked out by this guy, and it's a great show, man. Blackbird on Apple Plus.
Dude, I mean, Tarragon, always, I'm just gonna call him Tarragon Egerton.
Yeah, no,
Always a fun, great actor. So that's
yeah,
always fun to watch. Like everything he does is like really good, like really, really good. That
yeah.
dude's gonna be around for a while. And then the co-star, what's his name again? I even had it
Paul
right here.
Walter.
Yeah, we'll just call him Paul. Um,
Hmm.
that dude's awesome. Like, he was in I, Tonya. It's one of the first times
Oh,
seeing him
was
in
he?
something, and he played just the absolute dumbass in I, Tonya, and he played like the best dumbass ever.
Uh,
Oh man, he's so that movie's awesome. I, Tonya with Margot Robbie. She's getting a lot of
yeah,
mentions today. Um,
yeah.
but man, he's so good. And then he was also really, really good in the 101 Dalmatians film that was on Disney
Mm,
recently with Emma Stone. Like
yeah.
that movie is also like 10 times better than it should have been. Wait,
Hmm,
no, it's called Cruella, not 101 Dalmatians. The Cruella
yeah,
movie. Him and his co-star are just hilarious. Chemistry, man, chemistry for days. Those two. So
yeah,
I mean, I can also see him playing just creepy because oh man.
yeah. No, he does a great job. So yeah, Blackbird, Apple Plus. Check it out, guys.
Eventually, I'll get Apple. All right, what
Yeah.
else we got?
All right. A little movie that blew up the world this year. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah,
Starring Michelle Yeoh and Hui Kwan.
yeah.
Sorry about that. Short round.
So round. Um,
Yeah.
so you gotta. I watched this last weekend, and you
Yeah.
haven't got a chance to watch it, but
No, not yet.
this thing was getting just so much press, like all over the place, because it was number one. It was like a very low budget film for everything that they
Yeah.
do, and a predominantly Asian cast. And I think it's two directors. One was Asian, so they're getting a lot of like love in that community. And Michelle Yeoh, she's like timeless, timeless. She's so good.
Hmm.
And then when you watch this movie, you find out like why. You're like, dude, she does things. Oh my god, I love this film. Like we try to watch it twice in a row, like 2 days in a row, because this movie just goes places and has some like deeper themes. And the crazy, I love movies that start off kind of mundane. Like they're literally just like doing the most boring thing of like paying some bills and some taxes for like the first like 10, 15 minutes of the film. You're just like, what is this? And then like someone flips a switch and you're like, holy shit. And it just takes off like a rocket ship. And you're just almost playing catch up the whole time because the concepts are so abstract. And within those crazy abstract concepts, you're trying to play catch up sometimes. They do a good job of holding your hand, but they don't overhold your hand with these crazy fucking concepts that they're introducing, like new ones constantly and different characters in different ways. And within that, there's a whole lot of like fight sequences, a lot of martial arts. Like you got Michelle Yeoh, and they explain there's like so many. I don't want to ruin it. I just highly recommend this film. Um, there's a couple sequences where it is not for the kiddos, like you don't, or you're gonna be having some really awkward conversations of why this thing is this thing and getting slapped in the face with this other thing. But oh my god, there was like some moments in this film I almost ran out of breath. I was laughing so hard. And the
Dang.
performances are awesome. Jamie Lee Curtis is in there for a while. It's super impressive. Like
Yeah.
the amount of unexpected awesomeness that just pops up throughout the film. This
Yeah.
film is impressive. Like really, really impressive. And the themes at the end, and I got a little misty eyed at the end when they kind of goes down to like, what's your superpower?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like there's some stuff in there, man. There's some stuff. Like there's something for everyone in here. I think this film is probably top three of the year so far, possibly top
Hmm.
two for me. Like I'm gonna have
Hmm.
to buy this film now because we just rented it. And dude,
Hmm.
everything, everywhere, all at once. You fucking have to check this out. We'll talk about it, man.
Yeah, for sure. I've been wanting to check it out, man. I've been waiting for the right time. But
Dude, the
yeah, I'm
time
gonna
is
check it
now.
out soon.
It was like five
Check it
bucks
out
on
soon.
Amazon, and it's worth it.
Cool.
And you could
Cool.
probably
Definitely.
watch. Yeah, you just might have to fast forward through one or two parts when the kiddos might be around, but there's some stuff. There's a couple shots in there that are like amazing, but not to be watched by the kids.
What's
All
that,
right.
Dad?
Yeah.
Get out of here. All right.
All
All
right.
right, guys. I just want to do a quick recap on my journey with Westworld season 4 and Better Call Saul, the series finale. Westworld season finale or season 4, man, it was a journey, and I'm sad because it was a disappointing journey.
So you're not sad that it's over.
Um, no, but it's like I can't quit you either. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to know what happens, but at the same time, like the end of season 4 is not what I wanted it to happen. I'm like, why did you do that? I don't understand that. Nobody understands it. Why did you just do that? And
When did it air? Was it like a week ago? Like,
last Sunday.
was there enough time for you to listen to your podcast that has to explain to you what you just watched afterwards?
Yeah,
And did
yeah.
they
Oh
understand
no,
what just
nobody's
happened?
happy. No, we understand what the fuck happened. We just don't know why they did it.
Oh, you understand the choice. You're just understanding why that choice was made.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we're there. We're on board, but we don't want to be on board. We want to be on a different fucking train. And these motherfuckers are are messing with our emotions right now. And not too happy about it. Nobody's this one guy on the podcast was like, that's bullshit. It's just life is despair kind of shit. But anyways,
And
I
then you
enjoyed
motherfuckers like
7.
cry your
What?
asses to season 5. We're like, I guess season 5. Here we go. Like, there's like no enthusiasm. It's just like,
And then the first 5 episodes are awesome, and you're back on just like this season, and you're like, fuck yeah, Westworld, that's what I'm talking about. And then you like give everybody the middle finger because everybody was doubting you, and you're like, yeah, see that, boom, and then you go back and do it again.
dude, all
I don't
you
know what's up with
Westworld
these guys.
watchers, you guys are like those priests that get those whips and like whip themselves constantly just because it's like the thing to do. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't
Yeah,
have to be doing it.
yeah, I
Like,
don't have to, but I am. Oh man, and I talked
some
to my brother-in-law Dave,
yeah,
and I was like, "Did you watch season 4?" Because he's a big Westworld guy too,
yeah.
and he just nodded his head, and I'm like, "Yeah." That was it. We
Just
didn't even
walked
talk
away.
about it. Yeah, we moved on to something else.
All right. Well, speaking of
Moving on to
moving on,
something else.
yeah,
Yeah. The series finale of Better Call Saul.
yeah.
Um, okay, it was the finale, and it wasn't bad, but it was not great. I think it was the finale it needed it to be, but I felt like there was no big surprises, so it kind of just felt like it was like going through the motions. Um,
You're talking about the
but I
last
think,
episode.
yeah, yeah,
Do
the
you like?
last episode.
Was it last season where you wanted it to be for the most part?
Yeah, for the most part, I liked it, man. But I'm like, they strung the season was longer than the other seasons,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if they strung it out longer, just for making it longer for long sake or whatever.
Yeah.
But um, I feel like there could have been a little bit more surprise or more intrigue because we wanted to know what happened for so long
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like, yeah, of course that's what happened. You know, at the end when it was over, like,
Yeah.
oh, of course that's what happened. Um, so they didn't make some crazy gunfight happen or some elaborate thing happen. It was just whatever was supposed to happen. And so I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but I was like, okay, it's over. Okay. And there's no way in hell that this show is better than Breaking Bad. And whoever's out there spreading that rhetoric or that bullshit, you guys are crazy. Breaking Bad is 10 times better than Better Call Saul. And I watched every single episode. So don't give me that shit.
Dude, what tripped me out is the first 2 seasons of Better Call Saul. People were like, "Oh, it's better than Breaking Bad." I'm like, "Are we watching the same fucking show?
Yeah, yeah,
Like what? Like, is this some
yeah,
marketing shit?" They're always like the best one yet. You know, it's like part of like to get people to watch some bullshit. We
yeah,
like again, like we cut out of Better Call Saul probably around season 3, halfway through. We're like, we just like this is not really going anywhere. It
yeah,
just felt so strung out. Like they're just like stringing you along. Come on, get to the fucking meat of it. Like, just before
Yeah.
seasons, in and out. Like, there's a lot to tell, and it seems like they shoved all that really good stuff to like the last 2 seasons. But we were gone by then, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the last 2 seasons, there's some, you know, better Breaking Bad quality stuff in
Yeah,
there. You know
yeah,
what I'm
you told
saying?
me.
Yeah. So, but overall, no, not even close. So, anyways, Better Call Saul's over. Good job, guys.
Yeah,
Uh, Moving on.
dude, I look forward to. I would say though, Vince Gillian apparently he's already announced something that he's already working on. It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
these things, and I want to see what that dude does next. Like whatever
Yeah.
he does, like I'm definitely in. Just
Yeah.
because the show didn't really work out super well for me. Like I still want to know what the hell he's gonna do. Just because of Breaking Bad, I'll follow him for the rest of his career.
Yeah. No, and he's super talented, man. And like the way he writes and everything like that. I mean, the writing was there. That the show was what it was, and it was great at that. But you can't compare it to Breaking Bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if it was a standalone show without the weight of that world,
yeah,
then it would have been something else.
yeah.
I think. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But Vince Gillian and the production company or people that he works with is amazing. So I'm with you, man. I'm looking forward to see what he does next.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's probably top 3 or 5 for me all time TV shows. I mean,
Oh,
it's
definitely.
insane. It's insane. All right,
It's my
moving on.
favorite show.
Yeah.
All right, moving
Uh,
on to trailers. Boom, boom. I think we got some cool ones this week, and I think
yeah,
we watched them all. So, man,
yeah,
I'm excited. All
yeah.
right, first, we got Devotion, starring Jonathan Majors and Glenn Powell. Premieres November 3rd.
Jonathan Majors.
Um, yeah, man, I'm excited for Jonathan Majors and Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell, by the way, kind of has some scene-stealing moments in Top Gun Maverick.
Okay,
So
okay,
that's why I'm excited for Glenn Powell because he was
okay.
awesome in Top Gun Maverick.
So he's got two
Um,
plane movies here because this
yeah,
is a
yeah,
plane. This is like World War One or one
or
ish.
two,
No,
yeah,
two,
two.
and about fighter
Oh,
pilots.
yeah. Actually, I think it's the Korean War.
It's a war with some planes that don't
Yeah,
currently fly in the military. Let's call it
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Propellers. They
But
got propellers.
and yeah, I mean, it looks great, man. The
It looks
action
good.
sequences look great. The
It looks
production
good.
looks good. I
It looks
mean,
clean. It looks like
yeah,
it looks really pretty. Like it's really well shot.
yeah,
Like the design, everything looks really good. Like I'm excited to check this out.
yeah. And I'm excited that Jonathan Majors has a vehicle to keep growing and
Yeah.
keep his name out there. I mean, he's about to blow up, man. In
And he's
the
about to
next
be
year or two,
Kang
he's
in
the Quantum Mania.
Ant-Man, yeah,
Yeah,
which is I think
yeah,
March, something like that.
yeah.
And when that drops, like
So,
that's it. Like here we go.
yeah, here we go. No
So
turning
yeah,
back now. Did you like
Devotion
you like the
in
trailer, huh?
dude, the trailer was good.
Yeah.
So that's Devotion, November 23rd.
All right. Yeah. Next up, we got Triangle of Sadness. And I think Andres picked this trailer for me because
Uh-huh.
if you guys remember, my guilty pleasure show is Below Deck.
Yeah.
All my deckies out there, put your hands up.
Deckies.
Uh, yeah. So um, it was a cool, interesting take on it. I mean, these wealthy people, it kind of like points at the ugly side of privilege and wealth and how horrible people can be, I guess, that have because they think they have money, that have power over you. But they're
They're
on this
also
giant cruise ship.
detached from reality.
Yeah, yeah, they're borderline human. But anyways, they're on this giant cruise ship, and basically the first half of the trailer is them fucking with the staff, and the staff being like, we can't say no, we can't say no because they pay our checks or whatever, and it turns into something else, a little dark, let's say. There's some crazy stuff that happens. Uh, I liked it, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's right up my alley.
I think it looks hilarious. I mean, and the
Yeah,
captain of the boat, played by Woody Harrelson. I mean, come on now.
yeah, yeah. He's a captain of a boat. The same guy in Natural Born Killers.
The same
So
guy in Zombieland is now driving the boat.
yeah, yeah. So It looks cool, man. It ties into everything that I kind of like.
I,
Comedy, horror. I love that shit.
I think it looks fun. It looks like a
Yeah,
dark comedy, and we'll see what happens. And I think there's gonna be a lot of puking on a boat at some point. Is what I'm guessing.
yeah. There's a lot of rocking.
Yeah,
Um, if you guys don't, just watch the trailer and have some fun. It's pretty cool. Triangle of Sadness. All right. Next up we got the greatest beer run ever, starring
yeah.
Zac Efron, and it's gonna be an Apple Plus movie. Um, Again, let me bring this up. Apple Plus does not have a lot of misses. So if you guys, it doesn't have a lot of content, but the stuff that they have on there is pretty solid. They don't have shitty show, except for that morning show that they got.
Hmm.
That show is crazy. Um, but anyways, the greatest beer run ever. I watched it. Like to me, I'm like, could this be real? Like it says based on a true story or real
It's based
events.
on a book apparently too that happened.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, man, that's fucking crazy. How could somebody let this guy do that? Like, get onto a military base in the middle of a war zone
It's because a
and
white
just
guy,
let him just probably, I don't know,
right?
man. We were fucking fucked up, man. Like as far as we've come now, where like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. There's so many restrictions to everything. Man, the '70s seems wild, and it's not that far ago.
No,
It's like this guy just got on a military base and flew to Vietnam and had a duffel bag of beer and fucking started looking for his friends. What the fuck?
dude. So for the people listening who haven't seen the trailer, check out the trailer. It's basically about a guy whose best friends go to the Vietnam War, and he just gets this inspiration. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go find them and bring them a beer, so we can just have beers together, so they don't feel alone or like they don't feel forgotten. And he goes from like wherever it was, I don't know, Minnesota or something, and just finds a way to fly across the world, like gets into the Vietnam, goes through like jungles, ends up at wherever his friends are at, and has like a duffel bag full of beer, just so he could have beers with his buddies. And I remember reading about this film like 2 years ago. I'm like, that sounds like amazing. And apparently, it's a true story. This guy actually did this, and they made it. And the film looks like it has a lot of heart too. I was like, damn, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a mixed bag for me because, like, he has misguided well intentions. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like, so it's like he means well, but bro, like, these guys are out there, like, they don't have time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the one guy in the trailer was like, "What are you doing here? We're in the middle of fucking this shit." Like, and like,
Like people die here every day.
yeah, yeah, and you're over here like thinking this is a fucking joke. I don't know, man. So it looks great. It looks great, and I hope that, like you said, it has a lot of heart. So hopefully that grabs me. You know what I'm saying? But man, I like if I saw my best friend, if I was out there and I saw my best friend with some fucking beer in the middle of that shit, I'd fucking kick his ass. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's dangerous.
Just bullets flying, homie.
Yeah. Like if you came out there to see me and you got killed, it would hurt. It would hurt me.
Oh,
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So I don't know, man. I have a lot of thoughts, conflicting thoughts.
Sure. Well, the guy
So
had some time on his hands back in the 70s, so
yeah, he's a jabroni. He's a fucking jabroni. And so anyways, so yeah, I it looks amazing. I'm gonna definitely watch it.
yeah.
And Zac Efron's pretty good too, man. We
No, he's really good.
except for Baywatch, we won't talk about that.
Didn't
But
watch it.
yeah, I watched like 10 minutes and I was like, what? I watched it for The Rock, and The Rock let me down again.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, moving on. Wednesday Adams, a Netflix original. The trailer looked cool, man. You put me onto this, and I had fun with it. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like a little Hogwarts, like Harry Potter Hogwarts, with a little bit more pep and fun. The
Mhm.
and the whole show takes place, I think, with about Wednesday going to this school of like evil magic. I don't know exactly. We'll wait and see. And it's also, I think, Tim Burton. He's the one who kind of, I think, produced and put a lot of it together. So it's gonna have like that feel about it. It could be.
Yeah,
It looks kind of fun. I'm a little, I'm a little iffy on the actress that plays Wednesday, because Christina
Yeah,
Ricci in my mind is like the definitive Wednesday from the Addams Family
yeah.
films.
Hmm.
I'll give her a shot. It looks fun. It's gonna be on Netflix, I think, later this year. And yeah, I don't know, Tim Burton show on Netflix. I'm in. In
Yeah,
Addams Family, cool. So we'll see what happens.
yeah,
I think you are not super keen on the casting of the parents.
yeah. I'm a Eddie Guzman, right? That is the first name.
Luis Guzman.
Luis Guzman. I always just call him Guzman. Um, I don't picture Gomez as visually as him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
He's not suave. Gomez is pretty suave.
yeah, 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 exactly. Guzman to me is a more of a butler kind of guy. I told you, and he's a great actor.
Oh
He's a
yeah.
great actor. Not saying anything on that. Just like his vibe. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. I mean, the trailer looked pretty fun, and I like
They,
fun. So
they spent some
you know,
money. Like everything looks
yeah,
like they spent some money. So I'm like, all right.
yeah, yeah.
You know what's
So
funny is Catherine Zeta-Jones plays Morticia, who is
yeah,
married to Luis
Michael
Guzman's
Douglas.
character. And in the movie Traffic, like 20 years ago,
Uh
she
huh.
spoiler,
Yeah.
her character has his character killed.
That's so funny.
That movie's
Traffic,
good.
man. That was
Traffic.
yeah. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a
And
movie.
actually, this week, Christina Ricci was on the Mark Maron podcast.
Oh, I
Pretty
saw that.
cool.
I haven't listened yet.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Oh,
I
cause
did
she's on
listen.
that show Jello Jackets.
Oh, I haven't
Uh,
seen that. Jello jackets. That's okay, man.
Yellow Jackets. Is that better?
I
Dang. Are
had to
you gonna
get
put
one
me
in,
on
man.
blast? Like
I
you
had to
got me
get
on
one
that
in.
one.
So yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. So
So
yeah,
Wednesday on Netflix.
yeah. Wednesday. I don't know when it comes out. It doesn't come out Wednesday, guys.
No,
That's the name of the show.
little bit of time. All right.
Yeah, that was fun. So next, we got new to the list. Here's a biggie: House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones spinoff, Sunday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Man, I'm ready for some fucking dragons.
You know what's weird? Like they've they've been talking about the new Game of Thrones prequels and spin-offs for like years. They even shot one and they didn't like it and they canceled the whole thing. But they did this and it did well enough and so they made the whole damn show of this thing. It's um I don't know if I'm just so turned off by the end of the last Game of Thrones. I kind of don't care, but at the same time, I know my ass is gonna watch it. So what do I, we'll check it out, and me and you are gonna have some thoughts, and we'll probably talk about it next week.
For sure. I'm excited, man. I'm like, I already put that shit behind me. Like, and like I said it before, like, what do you guys think was gonna happen in season 8 of Game of Thrones? She had to die.
Yeah, but they could have
Anyways,
executed it better. Anyways, I
we're not gonna.
after the trailer though, the trailer looked good, so
Yeah,
I'm in totally. And
yeah,
you know we're gonna have some
I'm.
thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. This week, I'm looking forward to it. All
House of
right.
Dragon, HBO.
Uh, yep. Next up, man, something cool.
Yeah.
Wednesday, August 24th, the digital release of Top Gun Maverick. Fuck, man, this is the movie of the year for me
All
so
right.
far. I haven't seen everything everywhere all at once, but this is a badass movie.
Yeah, the
So
Blu-ray doesn't come out until I think October. So I'm
yeah,
probably just gonna wait and buy the Blu-ray because I just want to own
yeah,
the damn thing. Plus, slightly higher quality.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to checking it out. But I'm gonna wait for the Blu-ray. And but yeah,
You're
it's
not gonna
already.
rent it? You're not gonna rent it?
I'm not even sure it's available for rent. I think you have to digitally buy it on Wednesday. So we'll
Oh,
see. We'll see. We'll see what the options are.
oh my goodness, you're making me sweat over here. Like, dude, you
Oh
gotta watch it,
no.
bro. Bro, you gotta watch it, man. It's
Yeah,
been
we
a
gotta talk
while. It's
about it.
been a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm excited to check it out. So Top Gun Maverick available in a couple days, August 24th.
yep. Okay, then we got one more entry on new to the list. This movie's a comedy starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, and it's called Me Time, and it's on Netflix. And it looks cool. It looks cool. It's kind of like,
Does it?
uh, I I mean,
Does it?
I guess I was being generous. I was being generous. I mean, it looks like they made a movie.
It
They
looks like
made something.
they're on screen at the same time.
Yes.
I saw the
Yes.
trailer. Um, there's a chance it might be kind of funny. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
slapsticky, and they're gonna get into shit that makes no sense, but you just gotta kind
Yeah.
of go with it.
Yeah.
And it's about what is it? Kevin Hart. He's like a workaholic, and his wife's like, "You should go hang out with your old best friend." And his old best friend turns out to be kind of a maniac. When Kevin Hart's more
Yeah.
conservative, and Mark's like, "We're going camping so we can get high and crazy and jump in
Yeah.
lakes." And Kevin Hart's like, "What?"
Yeah. Like the
Then
kids that never grew up.
yeah, then he's trying to like fit in, and it's just like this whole mishmash. And like, there's gonna be some funny bits, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but it's not super high on my list. But that's Me Time on Netflix this week too, so we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, man. Netflix is hit and miss, but I gotta say, I liked the Jamie Foxx movie,
Yeah,
um, and I liked the Gray Man.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say they've been on a little run. All right. So hopefully this streak
Both of
continues.
those, yeah, both of those films, like they pay off the premise exact perfectly. Action film,
Yeah.
vampire comedy act. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah. So hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
All right,
All
man.
right.
Double feature time. All right. We were having a little discussion of what to do the double feature. We went on for like a couple different topics, but
Yeah.
we ended up with underdog movies. Um or against all
Yeah.
odd movies.
Yeah. Underdog.
So yeah. So what do you got?
I got three, man. I'm ready for like to go toe to
Uh,
toe with you if I have to.
yeah.
So you can go first because I don't know. I'm curious how much crossover we might have.
No, I got a few too. Do you want to just
Oh
go tit for
shit!
tit? Tit for tat?
All right, ready? I'll go first then.
Okay, go.
I think one of the greatest films, and I think we had to watch this in high school, like every semester in every class, just because of the
Uh-huh.
lazy ass teachers.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Rudy,
Oh shit.
dude, that
That's so
movie's it's good. And it also has like Sean Astin is like the little dude trying
mm,
to make the Notre Dame team.
yeah.
Charles Dutton is like his mentor, and then his best buddy who shows up later on is a very young John
Yeah.
Favreau,
Yeah.
and he's so awkward. He's perfectly awkward, but man, that movie's good.
Yeah.
And then
And
towards the end, you can't help but to get all choked up towards the end,
I was gonna say there's no fucking way you don't
dude.
cry in that
Dude,
shit.
it's
It's fucking
really
funny.
well paced, and
Yeah.
I love the determination of this guy. He's just like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do what I want to do." Oh, actually, you know what? I got another one to add to that because there's another one along those lines. You know what? This might be like a fucking quadruple feature today. Sorry, people.
Yeah. All right. All
But go
right.
ahead.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick.
Thanks.
My first pick is a little older than that, but I'm gonna go with fucking Rocky 3. Man, when
Rocky
I watched
3.
this, yeah, when I watched this thing, I was like, "There's no way." Like Rocky was always underdog, basically,
Yeah,
even though he was a
yeah,
champ.
yeah.
But
But now when Clubber
man,
Lang shows up,
Clubber Lang, I thought that guy was he a murderer? Did we not know if he had a rap sheet? Like is this guy out of prison? Like that
he
guy
didn't have
looked
a
like a
very
murderer.
he didn't have much of an apartment. I remember there's a couple scenes where you get to see him at home, and
Oh
it's like
my
this.
god, dude, I was
Oh,
so scared of that guy.
or he's
And
doing
then like,
pull-ups in the hallway.
man, it's like I'll show you what a real man is. I'm like, oh man, he's trying to take my lady, dude. I don't know if I could do this. Yeah, I feel so bad for Rocky because he, his trainer died and
Dude,
his own wife doesn't believe in him, and
no,
and
he doesn't
and
believe
he
in
didn't even
himself.
believe himself. Yeah,
He gets like
and
he gets the shit beat out of him,
yeah, man, and
dude.
he took the rope a dope to a new level,
And
and
every time Clubber Lang would hit, oh, he would like
yeah,
yell with, they would like scream with every punch. I was like, God
yeah.
damn, what is this guy's problem?
If the
Like,
movie ended with Clubber Lang winning at the end, I'll be like, man, that shit makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? I would have been
yeah,
okay with it because there's no fucking way. So he came back. I don't know how, but he did, and so
because
that's
it's
my first
Rocky.
underdog. Cause
Yeah,
that's my first underdog movie. All right.
dude, Rocky. it I love Mr. T. Like,
Yeah.
I loved him in the A Team. I loved him in this. I loved him in DC Cab. I want to say Rocky 3 was on like the rewatchables or something at some point in the last like couple
Yeah.
months because I think I listened to that recently.
Yeah. I think it was on there. I think they done Rocky 3 and Rocky 4.
Ooh, Rocky 4 would be a good one too. But
Yeah.
yeah, so okay, along those lines, my other big
Yeah.
underdog movie,
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa, the last Rocky film. Dude,
Yeah.
that movie is we saw it in theaters together.
Yeah.
That movie is like 10 times better than you think it's going to be. That movie's not even a sports movie. I even think I watched it with Christina and she was super in because it's not about sports.
Yeah.
It's about this guy who wants to like pursue a goal in his life and all these people telling him no. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Who are you to tell me no?" And
Yeah.
it's like the system is like pushing him back and pushing him down. It's just he just kind of keeps moving forward. And that's kind of like what the whole film was about. And he's like perseverance and like you can't tell me who I am or what I can't do in life. Like you can't define me. And
Mhm.
at the very end, there's like a little bit of a fight. But other than that, the whole movie, it's like it's touching. And I don't know, it spoke to me in a lot of ways. And I think in the theater we were just like we walked out afterwards like, dude, that was really good. Like unexpectedly, like really, really good. That's Rocky
Yeah.
Balboa.
Yeah. That was, dude. I thought we were gonna go watch a turd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Me too.
and like you said, it had no business being as good as it was.
No.
And I
Like
was like, what's this? I feel in my chest. What's going on right now, man? I was like, man, it felt good. And I was happy for him. I was pulling for him because like it felt like, some of the fictional aspect of his life had mirrored his real life, so
yeah,
I kind of
yeah.
wanted a victory for Sylvester Stallone too.
Dude, and
So
when we were sitting at we I think it was like four of us. We all just went and we were just like, let's just go watch this movie. Like we all went had lunch or something, and
yeah,
we all went to go watch that movie because we are like, what do we want to watch? Oh, we'll give that a shot. There was like four dudes sitting in the theater, and it wasn't even that full of a theater, I think. And then like maybe like at the 3/4 mark point of the film, I remember like looking at all four of us, and all four of us were all like a little misty eyed and teared up.
like,
Like,
oh shit,
Jesus,
yeah,
they got us, they got us.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
dude, and that's like the testament of that film is good. Rocky Balboa, if anyone hasn't seen it, that's a that's a underdog film.
yeah. Okay, time for me. Round two. Round two.
Yeah.
Warrior, the Warrior.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with Tom Hardy
Damn.
and Joel Edgerton.
And
Damn, bro.
Nick Nolte too,
And
man. He
Nick
was
Nolte. I just
nominated for
want to see
Academy
my
Award.
granddaughter. I was like,
Dude,
oh shit.
he
Yeah,
got
man.
nominated for the Academy Award for that film. I was shocked, like how
Yeah,
good that film was. I watched that film with my
yeah,
dad in the theaters.
yeah. I went with my sister, my brother-in-law, and I remember when every time Nick Nolte talked, we just looked at each other like, holy shit. What is this guy doing? I just want to see my granddaughter. I was like, damn, dude. And like everybody hates him. And Tom Hardy was super mean to him. He probably deserved it. But yeah, man, it's so funny because you could say both of them were underdogs, but I think the impact that Tom Hardy had on screen and how ruthless he was in the cage kind of
Dude,
kind of stole the show, but it kind of, you know, let Joel Edgerton be this, small building wave of like, oh shit, this movie's about him too. Like this is his story about being an underdog and like trying to provide for his family and stuff. And it was a great movie, man. Great film.
dude, that movie was like shocking. Like at the end, if you're not like a little choked up, you're like, this is a film about like MMA, even though really it's
Yeah,
about like a family
yeah,
and like all complicated. Oh man, that movie's awesome. And like the fight scenes are really good. That film,
yeah,
I want to say it was that film that got Tom Hardy cast as Bane
yeah,
in The Dark Knight because he got huge in that film.
yeah,
He was big. And those fight
yeah,
scenes were brutal. Like they beat the shit out of each other. And Joel Egerton, man, that guy bats 1,000 on screen. Like
yeah,
he bats 1,000. And he's an Australian dude, always playing an American dude, and
yeah,
batting 1,000 on screen. That dude's crazy. Writer and director and
yeah,
actor. Like that dude's gonna be
yeah,
around forever. Like that dude's got it.
yeah.
And the my VIP for that the whole time, that was the first time I saw Frank Grillo on screen. I'm like, this guy's got
Yeah,
some charm. He's got some charisma.
I was gonna point that out, but it felt like you've seen him before. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm like,
yeah.
oh, this guy's really cool. Where have I seen this guy? And but he's built on a pretty cool career after that.
And then he's been on. And he was Crossbones, Captain America's
Yeah,
enemy in two
yeah,
Captain America films. Like he's good.
yeah,
He's made
yeah.
some. He's played a couple stinkers here and there. Like I think he's making too many films to kind of stay like
Relevant.
quality. There's a couple ones. There's some quality issues in some of his choices. He just
Yeah,
wants to work, and I respect that though. But man,
yeah,
I always like him, and he's always got awesome hair. That bastard.
yeah. He has a. I wouldn't say like it's a great movie, but I feel like it's a good enough movie, and it's kind of fun, and like a
Yeah.
background noise kind of movie. And it's a Hulu original. So now that you're on Hulu,
Yeah.
it's called Boss Level, and it's kind of like
Oh, it's
Groundhog
on
Day.
Hulu.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Groundhog Day-ish. So,
I saw the
um,
trailer. It looked fun.
yeah, it's a fun movie. He did a good job in it.
Okay. Yeah. Him, and the director of that film. Oh, I can't believe I forgot his name. He directed the 18 movie. He directed Stretch. He
Yeah.
directed Joe Carnahan.
Oh
Him
yeah,
and
yeah,
they work together a lot. Like they're buddies.
yeah,
So I think they do a
yeah,
lot of action films together. But
yeah.
all right, underdog films, man. So we got
Hmm.
Rudy, we got Rocky 3, we got Rocky Balboa, and
Yeah,
and we got Warrior. Damn,
yeah,
those are yeah. And it's funny how most of these, yeah, they're all essentially sports films.
yeah,
You don't have like an underdog chess movie. You don't got an underdog like I don't know what else is there.
yeah,
Cooking competition.
yeah. That'd be good. Iron Chef America underdog.
Some guy like doesn't know how to cook. Like get in there. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Get in there anyway.
That's
But
too
man,
much cinnamon.
I can't do it. I guess the Bears kind of not really an underdog. They're all good at what they do. But
Yeah,
yeah, so there you go. Underdog films for our quadruple feature. Take your pick.
yeah, that's pretty good. Good job.
All right, man. So anything else we got going? I think we're about it.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Just excited for um the Dragon show, man. The House of the Dragon.
They spent some money,
See
so
how
we're
it
gonna
goes.
watch it.
Yeah, yeah,
And damn, yeah. That look at that. Us peaceful this week getting along with all our takes.
yeah.
That
You
was
haven't fucked
wrong.
it. You haven't fucked it up yet.
Thanks.
You're
But
welcome.
yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah,
All
that's what
right.
happens when we're all refreshed and feeling good. We don't get all snippy and shit at each other. The viewers are gonna be like, you guys are like too nice this week. You guys are too nice to each other.
I know. Then we're like, where's
Um,
the shit talking?
I would like to say, happy belated birthday, people. Someone had a birthday earlier this week. So you got it.
What?
A face full of cake.
Yeah, I got a lot of cake.
That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, there you go. Public shout out. Big hugs, little hugs.
What?
Um, yeah, and that's about our show. Any other thoughts?
No, that's it, man. That's our show. Thanks for hanging out, guys, with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Francisco,
And I'm Andres.
and this is Put It on the List.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
All right, till next week.